this afternoon's American Legion State Tournament Championship game, featuring Broad Street Park, Post 313, and Brooklawn, Post 72. Let's make today's starting lineup. First, visiting Broad Street Park. Off is defender over number 3, Brennan Kean. Batting second, over number 8, Cooper Goff. Batting third is shortstop number 24, Andy Duplay. Batting fourth is the first baseman number 13, Patrick. Batting fifth is catcher number 15, Connor Lucky. Batting sixth, third baseman number 15, Jonah Elevon. Batting seventh is second baseman number 9, Stephen Eckel. Batting eighth is designated hitter number 14, Travis Holonik. Batting ninth is the right fielder number 7, Zach Brown. On the mound today, number 18, Ryan Ivey. The native of Broad Street Park is Mike Petrowski. And now let's meet the starting lineup for Brooklawn. Leading off, center fielder number 18, Jacob McNellis. Batting second is the shortstop number 28, Steve Conklin. Batting third, right fielder number 11, Logan Manuola. Batting fourth is the first baseman number 21, Nick Marcello. Batting fifth, left fielder number 2, Tom Hughes. Batting sixth, second baseman number 4, Ryan Coyle. Batting seventh is the third designated hitter number 1, Mike Cannon. Batting eighth, third baseman number 7, Thomas Keller. And batting ninth is the catcher number 15, Dustin Bellis. The manager of Brooklawn is Dennis Stark. At this time, all players remove your hats and repeat the pledge after me. I will keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under control in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. At this time, we ask everyone else to please rise and move your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
And a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jim Hines Stadium on the campus of Kean University for tonight's championship game in the New Jersey State American Legion Baseball Tournament. We got a good one for you. Broad Street Park, the defending state champion, taking on Brooklawn. Two teams met back in the first day of competition, and it was Broad Street Park taking that game. Actually taking Brooklawn, taking that game 7-3. So the rematch tonight. Again, winner take all. Team take home the state championship, and they'll be headed to next week's regional play, which will be in Asheboro, North Carolina. But first, we got 7 innings of baseball to decide this one. And as the team takes warm up on the mound for Brooklawn, it'll be Mike Shannon, who will be looking to duplicate his effort from the first game of the tournament when he defeated this same Broad Street Park team back on Friday. Complete game effort, 88 pitches, allowing just 8 hits, 3 runs, 1 of them earned, as he struck out 3 and did not walk a batter. He'll face a Broad Street Park lineup. Starting off with center fielder Bryce Egan. Kiefer Goss, the left fielder, will hit second, followed by shortstop Andy Jaquez. Mason Fitzpatrick will hit cleanup. He'll play first base, and behind the plate, Connor Lucky in the number 5 hole. Batting sixth will be the third baseman, Sean Elephant. And behind him at second base, Steve Meckel. Batting eighth, for the first time in the tournament, it'll be Travis Alonix. And rounding out the lineup, it'll be the right fielder, Zach Brown. A lengthy rain delay, supposed to begin at 4. Mother Nature had its ideas, but the skies are clear. It's time for baseball. And stepping in against Shannon will be the center fielder, Bryce Egan. And Shannon with his first pitch. And that one hit shallow center field. Easy play for Jacob Nellis. One away. So one pitch, one away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Kiefer Goss. Goss 2 for 11 in the tournament so far. And he takes a pitch low on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. And Shannon's second offering, curveball, and that 2 on the inside corner for a strike, and he's ahead in the count 0-2. Andy Jaquez waits on deck for Broad Street Park. And again, a curveball in the dirt, that one too low, and it's 1-2. Goss 2 for 4, again 2 for 11 in the tournament, a pair of RBI. And the 1-2 pitch fouled off down the third base line. The count will stay 1-2. Again, Broad Street Park, the defending champion, getting here, going 3-1 in pool play, and they win their semifinal last evening, beating West Deptford 5-2. And a curveball by Shannon too far inside. That hits Goss, and he'll travel first for the first base runner of the game. That'll bring up the shortstop, Andy Jaquez. Jaquez hitting .385 in the tournament so far, 5 for 13, 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs. Also stolen a pair of bases. So Shannon will pitch out of the stretch for the first time. And his first offering is outside, 0-1. Goss at first base, 1 out. As he takes his lead, he's got a stolen base in the tournament already. So as Shannon comes to the belt, the pitch. Up and inside, and it's 2-0 to Jaquez. So Goss takes his lead off first. And a pitch by Shannon, fastball down the middle for a strike, 2-1. And again, Goss's pitch is lifted high down the left field line. Moving over will be Tom Hughes. He'll make the catch. Goss will go back to first base, 2 away. And the battle will be the first baseman, Mason Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick 1 for 2 last evening in the 5-2 win over West Deptford in the semifinal. Drew a pair of walks, struck out once. And hitting .286 for the tournament with 3 runs scored. Left-hander against right-hander. Shannon comes to the belt in the first pitch. On the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Outfield playing Fitzpatrick a little bit to the post. Center fielder and left fielder shaded toward the right field line. Throw over the first. And Goss dives back safely. Shannon's 0-1 with the runner going. And Fitzpatrick gets it down first. Easy bounce play. The Nick Nassau at first base. He'll step on the bag easily, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, and one runner left. We're through 1/2 inning of play. Broad Street Park, nothing. And Brooklawn coming to bat. Welcome back to Kean University, bottom half of the first inning in this New Jersey American Legion State Championship game. Broad Street Park, the defending champion, put a runner on in the top of the first inning, nothing across. Now it's time for Brooklawn to come to bat. And the lineup for Brooklawn, starting with the center fielder, number 18, Jacob McNellis. And he'll face Ryan Iveen, making his second appearance in the tournament for Broad Street Park. An outstanding effort back on Saturday in a win over Bordentown, coming in relief 4 in the third inning. Allowed just 2 hits and an earned run and struck out 8. So right-hander against right-hander to start the bottom of the first inning. And the first pitch from Iveen. Fastball high up in the zone, and that'll be 1-0 to Nellis. Excuse me, to McNellis. Second pitch on the way, swung on and missed. And the count goes even to 1-1. McNellis 3 for 4 in yesterday's semifinal game. A 4-1 win over White House Station. And the 1-1 pitch, foul back over on the right side. And Iveen ahead in the count, 1-2. McNellis hitting .600 in the tournament, 9 for 15, 4 runs scored with 2 triples. And the 1-2 pitch just off the corner. And the count goes even to 2-2. McNellis with a double and an RBI. And a ground ball hit to short, can't be fielded by Jaquez. And McNellis is aboard on the error. Slick hard hit ground ball hit to first. Jaquez is unable to come up with it. So McNellis, the leadoff runner, is on, and that'll bring to the plate the shortstop, Chase Conklin. And Iveen having to be careful here with McNellis at first. Gets the first pitch on the inside corner. 0-1. McNellis 5 stolen bases in 6 attempts so far through the first 4 games for Brooklawn. So Iveen pays special duty to him over at first base. And he makes a step throw, and he forgot to throw the ball. That'll be a balk. And again, worried about McNellis at first base, forcing Iveen to commit the error. And now, just like that, Brooklawn has a runner in scoring position. 0-1 to Conklin. And let's see what Brooklawn will do here. And Conklin showing bunt. Pitch goes high, 2-1. Early leadoff runner in scoring position. Remember, the American Legion game's just 7 innings, so getting an early run is that much important. Iving comes to the belt. The pitch, again showing bunt. And the pitch goes in the dirt. Conklin making an offer at it. Not sure if he fouled it off or made the offer at it. Anyway, it's a strike, and the count is 1-2. Bunt attempt brings the corner infielders in. McNellis takes his lead off off second. Iving coming to the belt. And his pitch goes up high. Count goes even at 2-2. Again, Iving taking long, hard looks before he delivers to the plate. Again, trying to keep McNellis at second base. Two-two pitch on the way. And that pitch bounced in the dirt. Good block by Dustin Bellis to keep McNellis from going anywhere, and the count goes full with 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way, and Iving steps off again. Trying to keep McNellis as close to second base as possible, not giving him a big lead or early jump. And time is called. And quickly out to the mound is Broad Street Park manager Mike Pietrowski. And he'll try to settle down Ryan Iving. So Conklin at the ready. Iving at the belt. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. And a big strikeout right there by Ryan Iving for the first out. So one away, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Logan Manuola. Manuola just 2 for 15 in the tournament. Pair of runs scored and a double along with a pair of runs driven in. And an off-speed pitch by Iving. Swung on and missed. Count in his favor 0-1. One away in the bottom half of the first. No score. As Iving comes to the belt, McNellis leads off second. Swung on and tapped foul toward third base. Sean Elevon picks it up, but it'll be a foul ball. And again, Ivy now up in the count, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Down in the dirt again, another great block by Dustin Bellis. And the count goes to 1-2. Nick Nacella on deck for Brooklawn. And he'll be followed by Tom Hughes. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. Manuola with an offer. Do they check up? They say no. And the count will go to 2-2. Ivy at the stretch to 2-2. Swung on and missed in the dirt. DeBellis thought he tagged him. Now he throws the first for the out. Meanwhile, McNellis takes off at third, and they get the double play. Fitzpatrick to Elephant. They nail McNellis at third at Annie Ing. And that'll do it for Brooklawn in the bottom half of the first. No runs, no hits. An error, nobody left. We're through one here at Jim Hines Stadium. It's Broad Street Park 0 and Brooklawn 0. Back here at Jim Hines Stadium, top half of the second inning. And leading off will be the catcher, number 16, Ryan Lucky. Hey, my apologies. Connor Lucky at the plate. Found the first pitch off 0-1. And the 0-1 offering just outside will be 1-1. Broad Street Park getting out of the first inning on a strike him out, throw him out double play in an unconventional method. As the 1-1 pitch on the way. Fouled straight back. Behind the plate, count goes to 1-2. Brooklawn getting a runner on an error and a balk, moving in scoring position, but again, Ryan Ivey coming back with a pair of strikeouts. Dustin LaBellis scooping up during the first. Mason Fitzpatrick and Sean Elephant, and that ended the inning for Brooklawn. As the 1-2 pitch is fouled off by Lucky, and the count will stay at 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch bounces in the dirt. Count goes to 2-2. And again, that man Sean Elephant, who made the tag out on the plate to end the inning, he'll bat next. Followed by Steve Meckel and Travis Holonix. As the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for the strikeout. First for Mike Shannon. There's one away. That'll bring up Elephant, the third baseman. Two for three in last night's semifinal win with an RBI. Elephant hitting .400 on the tournament as he takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Now Shannon deals. Breaking pitch. One attempt offered at it, goes for a strike. And the count 1-1. Another fastball by Shannon. That goes down in the dirt. 2-1 now to Elephant. One away in the top of the second. And Shannon's delivered off-speed pitch hit to straightaway center field. First looked like he was fooled by it was Jacob McNellis. However, he tracks it down. And there's two away. McNellis looked like he had a beat on at first and then had to run a long way, but still brought it in. And that'll bring up second baseman Stephen Meckel. Meckel 2 for 3 with a run scored last night as well in the win over West Deptford. That got Broad Street Park back here to the final as he takes the first pitch Low and away for ball one. Eckel 5 for 13 in the tournament, a run scored and an RBI. As again, Shannon misses low, and the count moves to 2-0. Joel delivery downstairs again. And now Shannon has fallen behind 3-0. Travis Alonix waits on deck. And a 3-0 pitch. That catching the outside corner, and the count goes to 3-1. Into the windup. And that one batted foul down the third base line. Count goes to full. So Shannon fall behind 3-0. He gets the next 2 strikes to bring the count to full and a chance to end the inning. Gets his sign and the payoff pitch. And that popped up along the left side in foul territory. And despite a lot of room, the ball reaching the stands, it'll go with foul ball. And again, we'll redo everything at 3-2. And now comes Shannon's 3-2 pitch. And that smacked out to center field. And McNellis with the easy grab. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Brooklawn. We're through 2 here at Jim Hines Stadium at Kean University in the New Jersey State American Legion Championship. It's Broad Street Park nothing and Brooklawn nothing. Back here at Jim Hines Stadium at Kean University, bottom half of the second inning. Brooklawn is sending Nick Nacella, Tom Hughes, and Ryan Coyle to bat against Ryan Iveen, who escaped a little bit of a jam in the top of the first inning, allowing the first runner to reach second base, but coming back with a pair of strikeouts and then getting help from his defense as they nail the runner trying to steal third to end the inning. So that'll bring Nick Nacella to the plate. Nacella 0 for 3 in last night's semifinal victory and 3 for 12 in the tournament. He's got Brooklawn's only home run as he takes a strike from Ivy, 0-1. And the 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, and that's called a strike. And Nacella out down in the count, 0-2. Iveen's 0-2 pitch, that bounces in the dirt. Iveen gets a sign from catcher Connor Lucky. His 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss on the outside corner. Down he goes. Third strikeout of the game for Iveen. And there's one away in the bottom of the second. And that's now 11 strikeouts for Iveen in 5 2/3 innings of this tournament. That'll bring to the plate Tom Hughes. 273 in the tournament so far as he takes a pitch up and catching the outside corner, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch by Ivy, and that one low. And the count goes to 1-1. Hughes 1 for 3 in last night's semifinal victory. And again, 273 in the tournament as the 1-1 pitch bounces in the dirt. And now he's ahead in the count, 2-1. Ivy's pitch is foul back along the left side. Count goes to 2-2. Outfielders again playing Hughes to pull. Everyone shaded, left fielder into the gap, center fielder on the other side of second base. And a curveball hit towards second. Mecco picks it up, hits it over to Mason Fitzpatrick, and there's 2 away.
Second baseman number 4, Ryan Coyle.
And that'll bring up Ryan Coyle, the second baseman. Coyle, 364 batting average in the 4 games of the tournament so far. The pair of runs scored and a pair of RBI. And he waits the first pitch from Iveen. That pitch down low, 1-0. Second pitch, a fastball, and that fouled off along the first base side, and the count goes even, 1-1. And Iveen's 1-1 pitch, that up and in. As Coyle ducks out of the way, and now he's ahead in the count, 2-1. Two-one pitch again, a fastball down low. And now Coyle counting his favor at 3-1. Iveen working quickly. Fastball foul back to the right side, and the count goes full at 3-2. Pitcher Mike Shannon waits on deck. The 3-2 delivery. That hit down the third base line. It'll be a fair ball. Down into the left field corner, rounding first and heading to second is Coyle. He'll go in with a stand-up double as he makes the wide turn at second. And Brooklawn has its first hit of the game. A 2-out double by Ryan Coyle. Coyle got the pitch inside, put it right down the third base line. Past Sean Elefant, who couldn't make the play. The ball goes into the corner. And Coyle found himself with an easy stand-up double, and that'll bring up Mike Shannon, the pitcher, looking to help his own cause. Iveen at the belt. First pitch on the way. That bounces in the dirt. Good block by Connor Lucky. That keeps Coyle at second, 1-0. Iveen tries to go up and in. And now he's behind in the count, 2-0. Joe pitched that one, getting across the plate. And it's 2-1. Iveen working quickly as Coyle leads off second. Curveball hit back up the middle. Mecco picks it up, make a great throw over to Mason Fitzpatrick with a scoop. And that'll do it for Brooklawn in the bottom of the second. No runs, a hit. And one runner left. Again, through 2 here in this New Jersey State American Legion Baseball Championship. It's Broad Street Park nothing, Brooklawn nothing. Back here at Jim Hines Stadium, top half of the third inning. It'll be 8-9-1 for Broad Street Park, starting with designated hitter Travis Holonix making his first at bat of the tournament, a left-handed hitter. And the first pitch he sees from Mike Shannon, swung on and miss for strike one. As Shannon gets a sign from Dustin Bellis. And again, took something off of it in there for a strike. And he's ahead of Holonix, 0-2. Shannon's 0-2 pitch, and that one golfed into center field. Jacob McNellis running over to his right, makes a stab, one away. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 7, Zach Brown. Brown 1 for 3 in the tournament. He's played in all 3 games. Second start, and he takes a pitch inside. Juts his body out of the way, and he's ahead 1-0. Shannon's next pitch, and that one goes outside. And now he's behind 2-0. Working quickly. Shannon's 2-0 pitch right down the middle for the called strike, and it's 2-1 to Zach Brown. Bellis with the sign. Shannon with the pitch, swung on a miss on a pitch down low in the inside corner, and he evens the count at 2-2. Shannon's two overing fouled away. Brown stays alive as the count remains 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch by Shannon is swung on and hit into left field. And that'll be the first hit for Broad Street Park. They got a runner aboard with 1 out here in the top of the third. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Bryce Egan. 0 for 1 on the day. Fly out to center field to start the game in the first inning. Brown takes his lead off first. Shannon checks. The runner comes to the belt. And his first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Egan showing bunt. Pulled it back, took the strike, and down in the count, 0-1. Throw over to first. And Brown getting it back easily. Brown 2 for 2 with stolen bases in his 4 appearances in the tournament. As a curveball is swung on and popped up behind the plate. Bellis coming over right in front of the KU logo. He snares it for the second out. And that'll bring up right fielder Kiefer Goss. Goss was hit by a pitch with 1 out back in the first. He was stranded there. And he'll take his second at bat against Mike Shannon. Brown leads off first. Throw over to first. And Brown safely getting back in. And the first pitch, and that pitch swung on and hit out into the left center field gap. Moving over is Jacob McNellis. He holds it in for the third out, and that'll do it for Broad Street Park in the third. No runs, 1 hit. No errors in, 1 left. We're through 2.5 in this New Jersey American State Baseball Championship game. It's Broad Street Park 0 and Brooklawn 0.
Brooklawn in the bottom of the third. Third baseman number 7, Colin Taylor.
Bottom of the third inning, leading off for Brooklawn, the third baseman, Colin Taylor. As his first pitch for Ryan Iving goes for a strike, 0-1. Taylor, the winning pitcher in last night's semifinal game, as he takes a pitch down low for a ball. And the count goes to 1-1. Taylor going the distance, 5 hits, allowing a run and striking out 3 as he helped Brooklawn get to this championship game. And the 1-1 pitch catches the outside corner down low. And Iving ahead at 1-2. Catcher Dustin Bellis awaits on deck. And the 1-2 pitch from Iving hit up towards second base. Meckel over it, the long throw over air. And a great scoop by Mason Fitzpatrick for the out. And there's one away. Slow roller hit up the middle toward Stephen Meckel. He made the off-balance throw, and Mason with the large frame at first base able to stretch and pick it up for the first out. So that'll bring up Dustin Bellis. One hit and 1 RBI in the tournament so far, but a good job behind the plate. Defensively for Brooklawn as he takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. And again, fastball on the outside, too far out. And the count will go even at 1-1. Back to the top of the order, Jacob McNellis awaits on deck as the 1-1 offering to Bellis is too low. And now he's ahead in the count, 2-1. Each team with a hit so far. And the 2-1 pitch on the inside swung on and missed. And the count back to even at 2-2. Iving working quickly. It throws inside too low, and now the count runs full, 3-2. So again, Bellis 1 hit in the tournament. He does have 3 walks. As the full count pitch is tapped toward third. Sean Elephant with the throw over to Mason Fitzpatrick, and there's 2 away. And that'll bring us back to the top of the lineup for the center fielder, Jacob McNellis. McNellis reaching on an error to open the bottom of the first inning and move to second on a balk. As he takes the first pitch, that outside, 1-0. McNellis on second. When Iving struck the next 2 hitters out, the second one bounced in the dirt. McNellis tried to go to third. They get the strikeout and to throw him out, caught stealing to end the inning. And that ended the threat for Brooklawn in the first as the pitch goes foul off the screen on the first base side. Count goes even to 1-1. And we said winner of tonight's game goes on to the Mid-Atlantic region, which will be in Asheboro, North Carolina next week. Broad Street Park hoping to get there for a second straight year. Brooklawn trying to get back as they look to add another trophy to their impressive resume. 2-1 to McNellis. Iving deals. Right down the middle for strike 2. And he's now back to even in the count. Off speed pitch on the outside corner, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Iving, and that'll do it for Brooklawn. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We're through 3 here at Kean University. It's Broad Street Park nothing and Brooklawn nothing. Top half of the fourth inning here at Kean University, and for Broad Street Park, it'll be the shortstop, Andy Jaquez. Jaquez flew out to left in the first inning, and he'll take his second turn against Mike Shannon. Shannon allowing hits so far through the first 3 innings, and a swing and a miss, and he's ahead in the count. 0-1. Working quickly again, Shannon off speed pitch curveball that catches the outside corner, and Jaquez finds himself down 0-2. Short step back up the middle, nice snare by Shannon. He'll make the soft toss over to Nick Nocella at first, and there's one away. A good fielding play by Shannon. And he gets the first out against Jaquez, and that'll bring up Mason Fitzpatrick, the first baseman. Fitzpatrick bouncing out to first base to end the first inning. And he'll get the first pitch, a fastball that's swinging, and a miss. 0-1. Left-hander against right-hander. Fitzpatrick fouls that one off to the left side. And again, Shannon working quickly. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. Shannon's delivery 0-2, and Fitzpatrick flares one through the shortstop hole in the left field for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Broad Street Park, and they got a runner aboard with 1 out. So Chase Conklin, the shortstop, shaded toward the second base bag, and Fitzpatrick hit it where he wasn't, right through that vacated area into left field. And again, Broad Street Park with a runner aboard. That'll bring up the catcher, Connor Lucky. Lucky, a strikeout victim his first time up, takes the first pitch down low for ball 1. And a snap throw over to first base. Fitzpatrick leaning towards second, but he gets back in time. And Fitzpatrick with a stolen base in the tournament, so he is a threat if Broad Street Park so chooses it. Again, a snap throw to first. This time a little bit easier for Fitzpatrick getting back. And again, account stands 1-0 to Connor Lucky. Pitch inside, fouled off down the third base line, and the count will go even at 1-1. And Lucky 3 hits and 3 RBI in the tournament. Also a pair of runs scored. 1 for 3 in last night's semifinal victory. And a curveball that goes low. Fitzpatrick down towards second base, and he'll be thrown out by Dustin Bellis. Bellis to Ryan Coyle for the tag, and they nail Fitzpatrick. Looking to take off on the pitch in the dirt. It'll go down as a 2-4 caught stealing, and there's 2 away. Shannon now head in the count. And Lucky hits that one down the left field line. Plenty of room in foul territory. The catch made by Tom Hughes, and that'll do it. So Broad Street Park gets a hit, but they can't do anything else with it. And we're through 3.5 here at Kean University in the New Jersey American Legion State Baseball Championship. Still no score. Back here at Jim Hines Stadium, we'll go to the bottom half of the fourth inning and what is becoming a pitcher's duel between Mike Shannon and Ryan Iveen. 3 hits total in the game, 2 by Broad Street Park, 1 by Brooklawn. Teams combining for just 3 base runners through the first 3.5 innings. Chase Conklin to lead off for Brooklawn, a strikeout victim, 1 of 4 by Ryan Iveen through his first 3 innings of work. Left-hander digs in against Iveen. And a fastball up in the zone for a strike. Conklin didn't necessarily think so, but still, he's down in the count 0-1. Iveen comes about this one down low in the dirt. And the count goes even to 1-1. Next pitch fouled off to the left side toward the Brooklawn dugout on the third base line. And Iveen ahead in the count, 1-2. Umpire calls time, checks the ball. Decides he wants a new one in play. And we'll do it all over with a new baseball at 1-2 to Chase Conklin. Again, 0 for 1 on the day as Iveen delivers. Breaking pitch just off the outside corner. And the count will square up at 2-2. Iveen's pitch inside. That one goes all the way to the backstop. And now the count goes full. Bottom half of the fourth inning, no score. Broad Street Park and Brooklawn. Winner heads to the Mid-Atlantic Regional in North Carolina next week. And that pitch goes in the dirt. Ball 4. And Chase Conklin draws a leadoff walk. First walk allowed by Iveen in the tournament. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Logan Manuola. Conklin on at first base, 3 stolen bases in the tournament, so he will be a threat to run. Ivy making sure of that. Quick work to the belt, pitch. Conklin fakes like he's going. That pitch goes in the dirt, kept in front by Connor Lucky. 1-0 to Logan Manuola. Manuola again 0 for 1. Strikeout victim in the first inning on that play to end it. His strike him out, throw him out to get Jacob McNells to end third, ended the first. And he's back for a second at bat. Once again, Conklin faking like he's going to second. And the pitch for a strike. And Iveen back to even count at 1-1. Again, Iveen working quickly, trying to keep Conklin first. Again, a fake to first. That one heads toward third. Again, an umpire foul ball. As Manuola goes down, that ball fouled off his foot. And what turns out to be a bit of a painful strike. And now he's down in the count. You want to add insult to injury, he's now down in the count 1-2. Now Manuola back in the box. 1-2 count. As Iveen checks Conklin at first. Throws over to first. And Conklin gets back in there. These two teams met back on Friday. It was Brooklawn with the 7-3 victory again behind the complete gate effort by Mike Shannon, who so far has shut out Broad Street again. And the 1-2 pitch again. Manuel fouling it off his foot as it goes to the backstop. Kind of shakes his head in disgust for the second time, fouling the ball off his own foot. Iveen, quick work to the belt. Pitch way outside. Almost looked like a pitch out nonetheless. Count goes to 2-2. So again, Conklin giving something for Iveen to think about. And again, showing bunt is Manuel, and diving back into first base is Conklin on the throw over. Again, Manuel is showing bunt. Conklin takes the lead at first. The pitch pulls it back. And that pitch just outside. Catcher Connor Lucky asking as to where there was. Umpire said a little outside. And the count goes full 3-2. Payoff pitch. Conklin on the run as Manuel shoots it through the right side into right field. Conklin makes a wide turn at second base. Runs over too much, and a throw back in from Zach Brown. Candy Jaquez, they get him at second. As Manuel stays at first, his hands on top of his head. Conklin thought about going around second to third, was held up. However, went too far off the bag. Again, the alert throw by Zach Brown back into the infield to Jaquez. Conklin trying to jump over the tag. Nonetheless, tag applied. And instead of first and second with nobody out for Brooklawn, it'll be a runner at first with one out, and the batter will be Nick Nocella. Nocella 0 for 1 in the game. Struck out back in the second. And the off-speed pitch by Iveen is swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-1. Manuel leads off first. And again, another off-speed pitch over the middle of the plate. And it's 0-2 to Nick Nocella. One away as Manuel leads off first. And the pitch outside. He's going to second. The throw down. And he'll slide in ahead of the throw from Connor Lucky. Pitch goes for a ball. It'll be 2-2. So a big stolen base by Logan Manuela. And now Brooklawn, a runner in scoring position and one out. Correction on the count at 1-2 as Iveen delivers. Pitch bounces in the dirt and in. Good stomp by Connor Lucky. Couldn't find it for a minute. However, he does. Manuel stays at second. And now the count 2-2 to Nick Nocella. And the 2-2 pitch. Curveball tapped foul toward the third base dugout. And the count remains at 2-2. So runner in scoring position for Brooklawn, third one of the game. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. And the 2-2 pitch from Iveen. Again, bounced in the dirt. Another great stop by Connor Lucky. He's kept several of those pitches from getting by and keep the runner at third. So now a full count to Nocella. On deck is Tom Hughes, the left fielder. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. And Ryan Iveen with another big strikeout. His fifth of the game. A big second out, and again, that'll bring up Tom Hughes. Hughes 0 for 1, bounced into a ground out to second, back in the second inning. As Iving with a curveball, that tap foul goes to the backstop, and he's ahead in the count, 0-1. So what looked like a potential big inning for Brooklawn with a leadoff walk and a base hit. However, Conklin going a little too far around second. And 2 batters later, 2 outs and a runner at second as Iving delivers. That pitch just inside as the umpire shows that to Ryan Iving. Count goes to 1-1 to Tom Hughes. Ryan Coyle, who had a double back in the second inning, is on deck. As left-handed Hughes awaits the pitch. Again, bounced in the dirt. Lucky keeps it right there. Manuolo skips back to second base, and it's a 2-1 count. Manuolo takes his lead off second. Pitch again in the dirt. And they're going to say that he offered at it. So a swinging strike, and the count goes to 2-2. Hughes tried to hold up the swing. The umpire said no. And back to the count even. So the 2-2 from Iving. Curveball on the outside corner, foul over on the third base line. And the count remains 2-2, 2 out. Logan Manuola at second for Brooklawn. Iving looking to get out of it again. His 2-2 is tapped toward third. Sean Elefant can't make the play. He has to eat it. And Hughes will go to first. That'll go down as an error. Meanwhile, Manuola gets to third. And now that puts runners at the corners for Brooklawn with Ryan Coyle, who has one of the 2 hits in the game, a double back in the second, with a chance to give Brooklawn the lead. So Iving got the ground ball to third. Elefant unable to come up with it. And now runners in the corners. Let's see how Brooklawn plays this. Again, Hughes leads off first. And the first pitch is a strike as Hughes kind of makes his way down second. Defense offering the fake throw, so he'll go back to first. Brooklawn using the decoy play with runners at the corners to try and draw the throw, allow the runner to come. Broad Street Park, nothing to do with it. And we'll go again with the 0-1 count to Coyle. And a fastball up and in for a ball, and the count now 1-1. Logan Manuola at third. Tom Hughes at first. Ryan Coyle looking for a chance to give Brooklawn the first run of the game. And a fastball down low. And the count goes in favor of Coyle, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That on the outside corner took something off of it. And Ryan Iving gets the count to 2-2. Fitzpatrick holding the runner at first. The pitch. Curveball, and that hit down the right field line in foul territory. Chasing it is Zach Brown. Makes a dive. Can't come up with it. It'll go foul. Great effort by Brown. Lots of room along the foul lines and into foul territory here at Jim Hines Stadium. Brown making a long run. Just couldn't come up with it as he made a headfirst slide toward the fence. So 2-2 pitch upcoming to Ryan Coyle. And we'll see if Brooklawn puts the runners in motion. Well, it won't matter. Swung on and missed. And Ivan with his 6th strikeout of the game gets out of the jam. And that'll do it for Brooklawn in the 4th. No runs, 1 hit. There was 1 error by Broad Street Park and 2 runners left. Again, we're through 4 here at the New Jersey State American Legion Baseball Championship. It's Broad Street Park nothing and Brooklawn nothing. Top half of the 5th inning. It'll be the 3rd baseman, Sean Elephant, leading off for Broad Street Park as he faces Mike Shannon for the 2nd time. Flew out the 1st time up, and the first pitch from Shannon is down low on the outside corner for a strike, and 0-1. Shannon so far 57 pitches through the first 4 innings as he bounces 1 in the dirt. Good stop by Dustin Bellis. Count goes even to 1-1. It'll be Elephant, Stephen Meckel, and Travis Halonix for Broad Street Park. As Elephant lines it back off Shannon, a throw to first, not in time. And Shannon is doubled over. Elephant lined it hard right back at Shannon. He was able to deflect it and alert enough to go get it. However, too far away, not in time. And they'll go out. The acting manager, Steve Mondial, to check on his pitcher. As Shannon winces in pain, ball appeared to go off his leg, his right leg, as he's now trying to stretch that out. And again, as Mondial looks over at Mike Shannon, Shannon kind of shaking his hand. Not sure if that's where he got hit. Again, as they continue to attend to Mike Shannon. Shaked it off now, getting a couple warm-up pitches to see how he feels. And again, that first pitch looks like that's going to do it for Shannon. So now that'll be a call to the bullpen for Brooklawn. Again, that got her double for Brooklawn. Shannon in the lineup as a hitter as well in the number 7 spot. He is listed as a DH, so he can stay in as the hitter. We'll have to see. Shannon actually due to lead off the bottom half of the 5th inning. Meanwhile, Brooklawn going to its bullpen. So no pitcher into the game for Brooklawn. It'll be right-hander Joe Kidd. Kidd making his 2nd appearance of the tournament. He was the losing pitcher against Hopewell back on Saturday, as he went 5 1/3, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, walked 3, and struck out 3 in the 4-1 loss. So he'll enter the game. He'll get as many warm-up pitches as he needs due to the injury to Mike Shannon. Again, we'll see if Shannon stays in the lineup as the hitter. Yet noted he was the DH also, so if he came out of the game as a pitcher, he can stay in. However, we'll see if that hand plays a role in that. Meanwhile, Broad Street Park with their 3rd hit of the game. Sean Elefano hit that ball that deflected off Shannon is at first base. And up next will be second baseman Stephen Meckel. So a bit of a tough spot for Kidd, coming in off the bench cold again. He'll get the warm-ups that he needs. But again, he'll come in with a runner at first, nobody out, as he'll face the bottom half of the order, or should say bottom 3rd of the order in the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Looking to keep this game scoreless. Again, Brooklawn 3-1 in pool play. Again, they had that first game win over this Broad Street Ball Club back on Friday, winning 7-3. They lost the game. Again, that kid started back on Saturday to Hopewell 4-1, and they rebound by defeating Bordentown, the complete pool play 3-1 with an 11-3 victory. And then last night, they defeat White House Station 4-1 to return to this championship game. Meanwhile, Broad Street Park looking to repeat its champions. They won in dramatic fashion last year on a grand slam in the bottom of the 7th inning to take the title. And again, after that loss to Brooklawn to open the tournament, it was Broad Street Park defeating Bordentown 6-3, and they defeated Hopewell 9-3 to close out pool play on Sunday. And then again with the semifinal win over West Deptford 5-2 last night here at Kean University. So Kidd looks like he's ready. Gets a couple of words of encouragement from second baseman Ryan Coyle. Umpire checks if he's ready. He says he is. And that'll return to action, bringing up again Stephen Meckel, the second baseman. Meckel 0 for 1. Flied out to center field back in the 2nd inning. One of several long balls tracked down by Jacob Mignelis out in center field for Brooklawn. So again, Kidd gets a sign, comes to the belt. Elephant leads off first, and the pitch up high, and the count goes to 1-0. Michael gets a sign from manager Mike Pietrowski down at third. The pitch swung on and hit through the hole in the left side for a base hit. Stopping at second is Elephant. So Meckel with the shortstop moving toward second base. On the move, drives it through the vacated hole, and now all of a sudden it's Broad Street Park with first and second and nobody out here in the top of the fifth. So back-to-back hits puts a runner in scoring position, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Travis Halonix. Halonix again making his first appearance in the tournament, 0 for 1 on the day. He lined out to center back in the third inning, but a chance here to do some damage. Kidd comes to the belt. Runners take their lead. And the pitch. Halonix showing bunt. Bunts it down the third base line. It'll go foul. And the count goes to 0-1. So again, Broad Street Park looking as if they want to move the runners over. Nothing ball game. Getting the runners into scoring position important. Again, only 7 innings instead of 9. So these later innings become even more crucial as the game progresses. We'll see if Halonix shows bunt again. Kidd comes to the belt. And he does, and that pitch way up high and outside. And the count is 1-1. Again, if you're just joining us, Joseph Kidd in for Brooklawn. Mike Shannon had to leave the game. As Sean Elephant with a line drive back through the mound, hitting Shannon in the hand to lead off this inning. And that forced him out of the game. In comes Kidd, who's given up a hit. And it's first and second for Broad Street Park. And a pivot playing back to second base. Elephant gets back in. So again, Chase Conklin sneaking in behind Elephant at second. But Elephant still close enough to the bag to get back. And we'll do it again at 1-1 to Halonix. Again, Conklin toward the bag and the pitch way outside on the bunt. 2-1 again. Throw down a second base behind Dustin Bellis. Elephant getting back easily. So again, Broad Street Park trying to put the ball in play. A lot of movement on the bases. Trying to cause some havoc. Halonix now ahead in the count, 2-1. The pitch by Kidd again. Halonix showing bunt, pops it up behind the plate. However, too far back for Bellis to get it. It'll go down as a foul ball and a strike. And Kidd now evens the count at 2-2. And we'll see what Broad Street Park decides to do here, whether they keep the bunt on or they let Halonix swing away. Either way, Kidd looking for a big out right here in the top of the fifth. The 2-2 pitch. Way outside. Bellis keeping it in front of him. And the count goes to 3-2. So we'll see if the runners are going. The payoff pitch. Swan hit down toward first. Stabbed by Nick Nasello, who has no other play but to go back to first base for the out. So in essence, Halonix does his job with the ground ball on the right side. Moves the runners to second and third. One away. But something brewing for Broad Street Park here in the fifth inning. Nasello tried to go to second looking for the double play, but couldn't find anybody over there in time. Decided to take the safe out. And now Brooklawn will bring the infield in against Zach Brown. And the first pitch from Kidd, a curveball in for a strike, 0-1. And time is called. And it looks like Brooklawn acting manager Steve Mondial is going to go on and have a word with Kidd just to set the situation. Give them all the options so that they know what plays are possible. Meanwhile, over on the third base side, it's Mike Pietrowski, the manager of Broad Street Park, instructing his players on their strategy. So the meetings are done. Brown steps back into the box. 0-1 count. This kid gets his sign. And now asks for it again. Got the one he likes. He now comes to the belt. And the 0-1 pitch way up inside over the head of Brown. Managed to get out of the way. The ball bouncing away, but not far enough for Elephant to move, and the count is now 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch, that down low, and the count goes to 2-1. The inning starts off strangely. Sean Elephant with a single off pitcher Mike Shannon and forces Shannon to leave the game. And Joe Kidd coming on in relief. He gives up a base hit and a ground ball later. And it's Broad Street Park with runners at second and third. And the 2-1 pitch, squeeze bunt. And it's a good one. No play to be made on it as Kidd tried to get it. No one was at first. Meanwhile, Elephant scores. Brown goes all the way to second. And Broad Street Park takes a 1-0 lead. A well-executed bunt. Kidd came off the mound to get it, couldn't handle it. Meanwhile, there was nobody at first base anyway. He was going to be safe. Elephant easily charging down the line for the game's first run. And Brown alertly taking second base on the play. So Broad Street Park replaces the runners. It'll be an infield single and an RBI for Brown. And again, Broad Street Park with now a 1-0 lead. And that'll bring up Bryce Egan, 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of flyouts. It's take ball 1. Egan opened the game with a flyout to center, and he popped up foul to the catcher back in the third inning. But he's got a chance to do damage here. Second and third and 1 out for Broad Street Park. A run in on 3 hits so far. So Kidd with a snap throw to third, and no! Just missed on the tag. Mike Colin Taylor. As Stephen Meckel dives back into third base. They nearly had him. Meckel just getting back in. So again, we'll do it all over. 1-0 to Bryce Egan. This kid comes to the belt. His pitch way up over the head. Dustin Bell is able to snare that one to keep it in front of him, and it's now 2-0. Two pitches, the runners take their lead. Again, another squeeze bunt and a diving stab. Was he out? Yes, they say yes. Great grab by Nick Nocella. They throw back to third for the double play. And just like that, Brooklawn gets out of it with minimal damage. So again, Broad Street Park trying to go to the squeeze bunt again. Egan popping up. Nocella, great diving play on the first base line. And alert enough at that point, Meckel was way down near home plate, so an easy throwback the third for the double play to end the inning. So 1 run, 3 hits. No errors and 1 runner left. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Broad Street Park 1, Brooklawn 0. So back here at Jim Hines Stadium, we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Brooklawn coming to bat after they avoided major damage back in the top of the 5th inning. Great diving play by Nick Nacella at first base for the double play. Brooklawn escaping with a run. And leading off will be Joe Kidd, who came in for Mike Shannon back in that 5th inning as he swings and misses at the first pitch. Again, Shannon started the game, got into the 5th inning. However, Sean Elephant's single off his hand to open the top of the 5th inning sent Shannon to the bench. Kidd came on again, allowing just a run, and now he'll bat for Shannon in the number 7 spot. Colin Taylor and Dustin Bellis to follow. And the curveball by Ryan Iving goes high as Kidd ducks out of the way. It'll be 1-1. Iving working quickly. Fastball on the outside corner, swung and missed. And he's ahead of Joe Kidd now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. They say Kidd went after it. And that'll be another strikeout for Ryan Iving. And there's 1 away in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Seventh strikeout for Iving. And 15 in his 2 appearances. Again, he was the winning pitcher the other day, going 4 1/3 innings in relief, striking out 8. And he'll face the third baseman, Colin Taylor, for the second time. Taylor grounding to grounding out to second base back in the 3rd inning. Iving getting the sign from catcher Connor Lucky. Winds and delivers. And a fastball right on the outside corner. And he's ahead of Taylor, 0-1. And Iving looking to get the call on the outside corner, just missing against the right-handed hitting Taylor, and the count goes even, 1-1. Iving's 1-1 offering. Again, just off the outside corner. And now Taylor heading the count 2-1. As Iving winds and delivers. And that one swung on a hit into left field. However, going back is Kiefer Goss. Goss making a play on it, tracking it and going back to his left. And he makes the grab for the second out. And that'll bring up catcher Dustin Bellis. Bellis 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out the 3rd in the 3rd inning. And the first pitch is swung on and popped up in the infield. Moving towards second base is Stephen Meckel. However, he loses in the lights. And Bellis getting on the base hit. It looked like an easy pop-up. Fitzpatrick giving way to Meckel over at second. However, he loses in the lights. And with 2 outs, Brooklawn with a base runner. 3rd hit of the game for Brooklawn against Iving. And that'll go to the top of the lineup. And the center fielder, Jacob McNellis. Iving stretch delivers, low and outside. And McNellis, who's hitting .600 in the tournament, entering today's game, looking for a chance to help Brooklawn get that run back. Bellis leads off first base. The pitch by Iving, again, bounced in a dirt stop by Connor Lucky. Keeps it in front of him, and a runner going nowhere. McNellis now ahead 2-0. Iving comes to the belt. And that pitch fouled off to the right side. So it goes 2-1 to McNellis. And Fitzpatrick holding the runner on close. 1-0 game. As Iving throws over. Now Iving gets his sign and checks the runner. The 2-1 pitch. And that one low and inside, and now it's 3-1. Again, 3-1 offering. And that one catching the outside. McNellis thought it was ball 4. Threw the bat and started to go to first. However, it's a strike. And now the count goes full. That ball just catching the outer half of the strike zone. And now we'll have the payoff pitch. Runner will be going. Iving's pitch is fouled off to the right side. And we'll do it all again. Bellis takes his lead, not guarded by Fitzpatrick. He'll get a good running start as time is called. As McNellis steps out. Now he's back in the box. And again, Bellis will be off and running with the pitch. The 3-2. Up high, ball 4. And McNellis heads down to first. And now with 2 out and nobody on, now Brooklawn something brewing. We'll see if they can take advantage of the break. Chase Conklin will step into the box. Conklin 0 for 1 on the day. Strikeout and a walk. This time is called by Broad Street Park manager Mike Piotrowski, who's going to want to have a word with Ryan Iving. So again, Piotrowski, the manager, out to check with Iving. 98 pitches on the day. And so he just wants to make sure his pitchers settle down. Let him know the only out that's important is the one at the plate. With 2 away, not to give in to anything. So Conklin steps in. Iving comes to the belt. Left-hander against right-hander. And a fastball goes up high. 1-0 to Chase Conklin. Iving goes inside this time. That one goes for a ball. And now it's 2-0. Iving trying to get out of this little jam. Comes to the plate. And a fastball up high. And now it's 3-0. Iving got the first 2 outs of the inning. However, a pop-up that looked as if it would end the inning falls as it gets lost in the lights. Meanwhile, Brooklawn taking advantage. They get the base hit off the drop. They get a walk, and now 3-0. And now make that ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And that'll bring out Broad Street Park manager Mike Piotrowski. And that looks like it's going to be it for Ryan Iveen. So Iveen goes 4 2/3, allows 3 hits. Strikes out 7 and walks 3. However, he's responsible for the bases loaded as Broad Street Park makes a pitching change here. So Tim Sharpley comes into the game for Broad Street Park. Sharpley's second appearance of the tournament. Made just 1 pitch the other day. Got the out. And now he's in to try to get a huge out right here. Brooklawn bases loaded, 2 outs. Brooklawn loading the bases with 2 outs on a skied fly ball in the infield that fell in for a base hit as it looked like it was lost in the lights between first and second base. 2 walks later. And now Brooklawn with something cooking if they can get something here from Logan Manuola. Manuola 1 for 2 on the day. He had a base hit back in the 4th inning. And got all the way around to third base but was left there. Struck out his first time at bat back in the 1st inning. So he'll get the first pitch from Shipley. And that pitch is up high, ball 1. So after cruising along through much of the game, Ryan Iveen loses the strike zone. And up over well over 100 pitches. He's out of the game, and now it's Shipley's turn. And his first pitch is sky towards center field. Keep going back, and it's going to get over his head. 1 run's going to score. Right behind him is the second, and it's going to clear the bases. Manuola's going to go all the way to the third for a triple, and just like that, Brooklawn now with a 3-1 lead. When it left the bat, it looked like Bryce Egan had a beat on it. However, he kept going back. The big ballpark here at Jim Hines Stadium. And soon it would get over his head and fall in at the warning track. And Brooklawn down 1-0 with nobody on and 2 outs here in the 5th. Goes for 3 runs, and they now have the lead. And that'll bring up first baseman Nick Nocella. So a 3-run triple. And umpire's time here. So with the runners going, Dustin Bellis easily scored, and right behind him was Jacob McNellis. Conklin coming all the way around from first. The first pitch from Shipley to Nocella is a strike. 0-1. So all 3 runs getting charged to Ryan Iveen. And Broad Street Park with a chance to go up further in the top of the 5th. Now finds himself down 3-1. And an off-speed pitch by Shipley goes high. And Nocella ahead in the count. Correction, not ahead in the count. He's even in the count at 1-1. A 1-1, and again another breaking ball high. And Shipley a little disgusted with himself right now. He's behind 2-1 to Nick Nocella. Nocella made the great play in the top of the 5th inning with a diving stop on the second attempt of the suicide squeeze. Turned it into a double play, and that kept the game at 1-0. Oh, back again to the breaking ball for Shipley. This time he gets Nocella to swing and miss, and evens the count at 2-2. Shipley's delivery. Again, another breaking ball. That one going outside, and the count is full. So a bit of good fortune for Brooklawn here in the bottom of the 5th. They turn what should have been the 3rd out on a pop-up in the infield into 3 runs, and they turn a 1-run deficit into a 2-run lead. Shipley's full count pitch. That in the dirt. Nocella draws a walk. That'll put runners at 1st and 3rd with 2 away. That'll bring to the plate left fielder Tom Hughes. Hughes over 2 on the day, bounced out to second, reached the board on an error back in the 4th. And he'll have a chance to add to this lead right here against Tim Sharpley. I apologize, keep calling him Shipley. It's Tim Sharpley. So Sharpley's 0-1 pitch with the runner going. He'll easily steal second as no throw is made. And now Brooklawn with another runner in scoring position as the count goes to 1-0. Sharpley's second pitch. That's fouled off to the left side. Count goes even at 1-1. So again, this inning started with a strikeout and a fly ball. Since then, 5 straight hitters to reach. Turns into 3 runs. And Brooklawn now with the lead. Sharpley comes set. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And now he's ahead in the count, 1-2. The 1-2. And another breaking ball hit toward the right side. Stephen Meckel picks it up. Over to Mason Fitzpatrick for the out, and that'll do it for Brooklawn. But not before Brooklawn puts up 3. Along with a pair of hits, taking advantage of a couple of walks. And after 5, they lead Broad Street Park 3-1 in this New Jersey State American Legion Baseball Championship. We go to the top half of the 6th inning here at Jim Hines Stadium. A little bit of delay. Second baseman Ryan Coyle had to be attended to. Coyle apparently getting hit by one of the throws in last inning and had to attend to some notes. He's ready. And so are we. So now Joe Kidd takes the mound. He's the pitcher of record now for Brooklawn as he begins his 2nd inning of work. And he'll start it against Kiefer Goss. And the first pitch goes for a ball. Goss 0 for 1 on the day, hit batter. Back in the first, flew out to center in the 3rd. Kidd winds the liver, fastball down low. And Goss ahead now 2-0. Kidd's next pitch, that on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 2-1. So no scoring through the first 4 innings. Broad Street Park getting a run in the 5th. Brooklawn coming right back with 3 as a 2-out rally gives Brooklawn the 2-run lead. And now the 2-1 pitch, that also a strike on the outside corner. And the count goes even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Just a bit outside. Kidd wanted it. So did Chase Conklin, the shortstop. Nonetheless, it's 3-2. So Kidd quickly working. Payoff pitch. That's on the outside corner. This time it's a strike. And Kiefer Goss not liking that. So it goes down as a strikeout, the first for Kidd. And that'll bring up Andy Jaquez. Jaquez 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out in this game. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Jaquez flying out to left in the first inning and bounce one right back to Mike Shannon in the 4th as he fouls this one up the first base line. It'll go foul. And the count goes to 1-1. Kidd ready, the 1-1 pitch. Fastball fouled off to the right side against the screen. And Kidd ahead, 1-2. Again, Kidd coming on last inning after Mike Shannon was hit by a line drive off the bat of Sean Elephant. That run would come around to score, giving Broad Street Park the 1-0 lead. However, Brooklawn right back with some 2-out rally, and they score 3 times. The 1-2 pitch by Kidd, that swung on straight back at us. Foul ball goes, and the count remains 1-2. Again, a Brooklawn rally that started with 2 outs, nobody on. A fly ball in the infield that looked like it should end the inning. However, it falls in. And 5 batters later, including a big 3-run triple by Logan Manuola. And now it's Brooklawn with the lead. The 1-2 pitch by Kidd. Breaking pitch up high. And the count goes to 2-2. Next pitch inside. Did it hit him? Yes, they said it did. And Jaquez is on with 1 out after being hit by the pitch.
First baseman number 13, Mason Fitzpatrick.
And that brings to the plate first baseman Mason Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick 1 for 2. A ground down the first and a base hit in the 4th, in which he was then erased on a caught stealing. So he'll bat with 1 out. And Andy Jaquez at first base. Jaquez taking his lead. Kidd's first pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Broad Street Park looking to respond here in the top of the 6th. After Brooklawn scored 3 times in the bottom of the 5th to take the lead. Kidd's pitch on the inside is down low. And the count is even at 1-1. Jacquez takes the short lead, held down by Nacella. Kidd delivers, and that one grounded foul toward the first base side. And now Kidd up on the count, 1-2. Catcher Connor Lucky awaits on deck. A 1-2 delivery. On the inside corner, strike three call. And Kidd comes up with a strikeout for the second out of the inning.
Catcher number 16, Connor Lucky.
So Kidd with a pitch, fooled Fitzpatrick on it. Gets a strikeout, and that brings up Connor Lucky with 2 down. And the first pitch to Lucky goes for a strike, 0-1. 0-2 on the day for Lucky, a strikeout victim back in the second. And a foul pop-up behind the plate back in the fourth. So he'll see if he can extend the inning for Broad Street Park. As that next pitch is lined down the first base line, it's a fair ball. Going into the right field corner, a sliding stop by the right fielder. Sends the runner. Here comes Jacquez at home. The flip to Nacella. He is out at the plate. So Logan Manuela making the sliding stop. Andy Jacquez coming all the way around. The throw back in gets into Nick Nocella. Nocella the easy flip to Dustin Bellis at the plate for the third out. And that'll do it for Broad Street Park in the sixth. No runs a hit, no errors in, 1 runner left through 5.5. It's Brooklawn 3 and Broad Street Park 1. Back here at Jim Hines Stadium on the campus of Kean University, bottom half of the sixth inning. And Brooklawn will send to the plate second baseman Ryan Cole will lead off. Brooklawn with 2 outstanding defensive plays and the 5th and 6th innings. It was the pop-up squeeze attempt double play catch by Nick Nocella at first, getting the runner at third to end that inning. And then Logan Manuela to Nick Nocella to Dustin Bellis at the plate to gun down the runner to end the top of the 5th. And we'll go to the bottom with Coyle leading off for Brooklawn. 3-1 Brooklawn up in this New Jersey State American Legion Championship game. Winner moves on to the Mid-Atlantic Regional next week. That will be in Asheboro, North Carolina. And Tim Sharpley in his second inning of work. Breaking pitch on the outside corner. That'll even the count at 1-1. Coyle on the day 1 for 2 with double back in the second inning, a strikeout in the fourth. As the next pitch by Sharpley, another breaking ball for a strike, and he's ahead 1-2. Sharpley's next pitch again off speed, and Coyle getting a piece of it, fouling it off on the right side, so he'll stay alive at 1-2. Sharpley's next pitch again, another breaking ball, that up high and away, and the count goes even at 2-2. And the next offering by Sharpley, that one down and in. And now he's behind 3-2. Sharpley again coming in last inning with the bases loaded. However, Logan Manuela spoiled that by clearing it with a triple. That gave Brooklawn the lead. And that's where we stand in the sixth. The full count pitch is lined hard down the left field line, but away foul. So again, another off-speed pitch. Coyle right on top of that, however, a little bit too early. And he'll get another. The 3-2 in the dirt, ball 4. And Coyle is on for the second time with a walk. That'll bring up the pitcher number 16, Joe Kidd, wearing that 1-6 on the back of his uniform. Kidd struck out his first time up, that coming in after he relieved Mike Shannon back in the 5th inning. Kidd was the first out of last inning, and Broad Street Park got the second. However, the third hard to come by, and that would lead to 3 runs. So Coyle leading off first. Sharpley checks over. Now comes set. Showing bunting. Kin bunts it right back to Sharpley, who wheels and throws to second for the force. Back over to first, not in time. So Kidd with the sacrifice attempt goes unsuccessful. Score that 1-6. And with 1 out, Brooklawn with a runner at first. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Colin Taylor. Taylor 0 for 2 on the day, as he faces Sharpley for the second straight inning. And the first pitch is foul back to the screen behind the plate. It'll be 0-1. Snap throw back to first. Sharpley hoping to get a kidnapping, but he gets back in there safely. And again, 0-1 pitch. Another breaking ball, that one high. And the count goes 1-1. Kidd guarded at first base by Fitzpatrick. Pitch on the way on the inside corner, and again, Taylor fouling it off to the right side. And the count now 1-2. The 1-2 from Sharpley. Inside, just misses Taylor. And it's now 2-2. Sharpley comes set, delivery. Taylor reaches out for it, fouls it off as he stays alive. Again, count 2-2. And next pitch low on the dirt by Sharpley. And now it's a full count to Taylor. Brooklawn looking to add to its lead. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 5th. Erase a 1-0 deficit. And you'd have to think any more runs here would be huge for Brooklawn. Sharpley head back. They got the runner picked off. Throw over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to Chalkheads. Back to Fitzpatrick as they nail Kidd going back to first base. So they got Kidd leaning, and the throw over picked him off. So scored it 1-3, 6-3 for the second out of the inning. And now Sharpley 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. And that pitch is bounced toward shortstop. To Hopper to Jaquez. Over to Fitzpatrick, and that'll do it for Brooklawn in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits. And nobody left. We'll go to the 7th with Brooklawn leading 3-1 in this New Jersey American Legion State Baseball Championship contest. Top of the 7th inning here at Jim Hines Stadium here at Kean University. Broad Street Park needing a rally. Meanwhile, Brooklawn 3 outs away from another state championship. Sean Elephant, the third baseman, leads off. He's responsible for the lone run by Broad Street Park. His line drive, base hit back in the 5th inning off Brooklawn starter Mike Shannon started the rally as he came home on a squeeze play. That gave a 1-0 lead to Broad Street Park. As Joe Kidd's first pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. Broad Street Park a chance to add to that lead back in the 5th. However, Nick Nussel with a great diving play on another squeeze attempt. That doubled the runner at third. And Brooklawn getting out of it with just a 1-run damage. As the next pitch by Kidd is low and outside, 1-1 to Elephant. Elephant 1 for 2 on the day. Flew out to center back in the 2nd. Before getting that base hit in the 5th. A 1-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. And Kidd ahead in the count. 1-2. Stephen Mecco to follow, and then Travis Alonix up third in the inning for Brooklawn. As Kidd's next delivery is flared out into right field. On for the diving catch is Logan Manuola. So a second great defensive play by Manuola back in right field. And there's one away. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Stephen Meckel. So defense such an important part of the game, and Brooklawn proving that tonight. 3 outstanding defensive plays. And now Brooklawn just 2 outs away. As the first pitch is down low for a ball to Meckel. Now Kid's delivery on the 1-0 up high. And it's 2-0. Travis Alonix await on deck. Meckel 0 for 2 on the day. Correction, 1 for 2 on the day. Eval Elephants hit back in the 5th. The 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike in the count 2-1. Kid comes to the belt again. Swung on that, flared out over into the shortstop area. A great running back catch by Chase Conklin. And now there's 2 away. It looked like Meckel would have had a hit, but Conklin kept going back. Got himself under it. And again, Broad Street Park now down to their final out. That'll bring up Holonix, who's 0 for 2 on the day. As Kid sets and throws. Fires a strike in there. And it's 0-1. Kid's 0-1 delivery that high and outside. And again, the count goes to 1-1. The 1-1 delivery swung on and fouled. And now Broad Street Park down to its last strike. Zach Brown awaits on deck, hoping Holonix can keep the inning going. Meanwhile, Kid looking to lock it down. Kid's 1-2 delivery is popped up foul on the right side. Giving chase is Bellis. And nearly comes up with the game-ending catch. A long way to run. He was just in front of the dugout on the right side. Again, a lot of foul territory room here at Jim Hines Stadium. And Bellis about 1 step too shy of making that catch. So Holonix with new life. We'll see if he can take advantage of it. Meanwhile, Kid looking to lock it down for Brooklawn. And the 1-2. High and outside as Kid actually goes down on the mound. Almost as if he tried to throw it too hard. And the count's at 2-2. Kid's 2-2 pitch. Solon hit down toward first base. Easy grab by Nassau behind the bag. He runs toward first, gets the out, and the state championship is headed back to Brooklawn. So 3 up, 3 down for Broad Street Park in the second. And your final score, Brooklawn 3, Broad Street Park 1. And your American Legion New Jersey State champions, Brooklawn Post 72, once again is on top. The final line scores in the game for Broad Street Park, 1 run, 6 hits. They committed 2 errors for Brooklawn, 3 runs, 4 hits. And Brooklawn committed no errors. The winning pitcher in the game is Joseph Kidd. Outstanding job in relief. And meanwhile, the loss to Ryan Iving. And as the team shakes hands, in a few moments, there'll be the trophy ceremony. As Brooklawn will be headed to the Mid-Atlantic Regional next week. They will head to Asheboro, North Carolina. Again, that coming up in a week's time. Once again, trophy ceremony headed just away in a few minutes. We'll ask you to stick around and see the festivities. So once again, Brooklawn is the New Jersey State American Legion baseball champion. They defeat Broad Street Park 3-1. Brooklawn down by a run in the 5th inning. And they come back with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, taking advantage of a misplay, lost ball in the lights, turning that into 3 runs. And that turned into the victory. Brooklawn also making several outstanding defensive plays in the game. And they are now headed to the Mid-Atlantic Regional. Again, in just a few moments, we'll have the trophy presentation. We hope you stick around.